Hey everyone, I am Brandon Cook, and today I'm going to be talking to you about why bicycles are a better mode of transportation than cars. Did you know that the average American spends $9,500 a year owning and maintaining a car? Did you know they spend 430 hours commuting to work? Do you know cars emit 4.6 tons of greenhouse gases every year? Well, what if I told you you could reduce those costs down from 9,500 to less than 700? What if you use all that time for fitness while you commute, and you can do all this by saving the environment? As you already guessed, I'm talking about switching from cars to bikes. Let's dig right in. Share my screen real quick. Now, first, we're going to talk about issues with cars. Then I'm going to go over some barriers to using bicycles instead of cars. And then we're going to talk about all the benefits of riding bikes. Now, we all know cars are expensive. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average car is $9,500 a year to own and operate, which is $4,000 for the cost of the vehicle, but then there's $2,000 for gas and oil, $3,500 for other expenses like insurance, repairs, smog, inspection, all of that. It adds up. As Southern Californians, we are very familiar with traffic because cars stress our infrastructure. They clog our highways and they turn 80-mile-an-hour freeways into 5-mile-an-hour parking lots. Not only that, but they stress our parking structures as well. In big cities, space is very valuable, and a parking garage could be used for an office, for retail, for a restaurant or a bar. Instead, it's just holding giant cubes of metal. Lastly, we know cars harm the environment. 75% of carbon monoxide pollution in the US is from cars. Not only that, but they cause smog in our cities that creates health problems like asthma and all sorts of issues. Now, most people know everything I just talked about. So why don't they switch to riding a bike? Well, there's a couple barriers. Number one, they're perceived as slower than cars. And this is true in certain cases. On an open highway, you might be going 80 miles an hour in a car, where a fit cyclist can go max 25 for any sustained distance. But this is ideal conditions. Your normal commute is not an open highway. You may be caught in bumper to bumper traffic going 5 miles an hour, in which case a bike, you can lane split, go on the shoulder. You could even run red lights if you're crazy. Number two barrier to prevent people from riding a bike is they're seen as dangerous. And this is very valid. Cars are 3,000-pound hunks of metal hurtling down the road at 60 miles an hour, and that's scary on a bike because you have no protection. But there are things you can do to mitigate these risks. Number one, wear a helmet. Got to protect the noggin. Number two, you need to be visible, so brightly colored clothing, lights, reflectors all help motorists be aware of you. Number three, obey traffic laws and ride defensively. Be aware of your surroundings and anticipate any issues that may come up. Now to the benefits of riding a bike. We talked about how cars are expensive. Now we'll talk about how bikes are cheaper. Fuji has some really good entry-level bikes the last 10 or 20 years. Their Absolute 2.3 is $400 straight from the website. Yearly maintenance for a bike would be about $100 for chain lube, new chain, new tires. The safety equipment I talked about earlier, which is necessary if you're going to commute, like helmet, lights, $100, and then tune-ups, keep it running good, $60. Add it all together, you have $660. Divide that by about 5,000 miles, because all your trips are not going to be with a bike. You're still going to use a car some. And we have 11.2 cents a mile compared to the 58 cents a mile, according to driving cost per mile. That's less than 5 times the price of a car. Not only are bikes cheap, but they're green. An all-inclusive study done by MIT looked at not only the particulates emitted by the vehicles, but also the gases emitted during the manufacturing of the vehicle and the production of the fuel that goes into the vehicle. So adding all these numbers up, if we look at the bicycling column, you have 33 grams of greenhouse gas emitted per mile compared to a sedan, 380 grams greenhouse gases emitted per mile. Bicycle is less than a tenth as bad for the environment as a comparable sedan. Finally, I'm going to turn it over to bicycle commuter Brandon to tell you why bikes are so great.
What's up, everybody? Bicycle commuter Brandon here. Look, riding your bike is just good for you. According to the Harvard Health publication, riding your bike builds muscle, increases cardiovascular endurance, it's easy on your joints. So don't worry about aggravating an old sports injury or creating a new one. Not only is it good for your physical health, it's good for your mental health too. Riding your bike gives you a chance to get outside, get some sunshine, feel the wind rushing through your hairs. Gives you a chance to take a break from all the stress as a college student. Oh, hello. When you're on your bike, it's just you, your bike, and the open road. You're not worrying about an upcoming exam or an issue you had with your friend. All that is forgotten for the next 15 minutes. Not only is riding your bike good for you, it's convenient. When I have to go to my Com 103, 8 a.m., hop on my bike, pedal through campus, pull right up to Hefner Hall, lock my bike up, and I'm in. I don't worry about battling for a spot in a parking garage, then walking a mile to my classroom. Even for you students that live in the dorms, you still have a 15-minute walk just to get to class. Riding my bike lets me snooze my alarm clock one more precious time in the mornings. Finally, riding your bike, it's just plain fun. And we could all use a little more fun in our lives.
So there you have it. All the reasons why cars are bad. All the arguments that were debunked that prevent you from riding your bike. And all the reasons why bikes are just great. So my challenge to you is pick one commute you do once a week, whether it's riding to work, school, go get groceries. Take your bike instead of your car. See how it feels. If you're like me, I think you'll like it. I've also left some resources if you don't have a bike already. There's many options to pick up a high quality used bike or a new bike that even comes with a warranty. So what are you waiting for? Start riding today.